to be doing a folding surprise from the new Disney Pixar film, Turning Red, which is a red panda. So we're going to be folding the paper first, and we're going to fold it again. And this is how we get the folding surprise underneath. There we go. We're folding it again. There we go. Make sure it folds okay. Alright. Now we're going to start drawing the red panda from Turning Red. We're going to use the mouth first. The mouth is really important, that the mouth is going to be drawn on where the line is going to be pulled up from. Then we're going to be drawing the nose. And here are the eyes, perfectly round eyes. The little, another circle inside. And here are the eyebrows. And then here's the ears. Oh, and don't forget the cute little cheeks. The white little cute furry cheeks. And then now we're going to do the chin. We're going to make sure and fold. We're going to unfold it, make sure it's okay. Now we're going to be doing the orange marker. And I know it's a red panda, but you want a reddish orange marker to do the actual coloring of the panda. Because if you do red, it'll be too red. If you do orange, it'll be too orange. So you need like a reddish orange marker. And we're going to do a little bit of the chin here. Alright, then we'll do the rest of the body here underneath. Oh, there we go. Oh, look how fast that is. Woo! Keep on coloring fast. Look at that fur. Okay. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to take a black magic marker. And we're going to be going around, making sure we kind of color in a little bit, do a little bit detail, do some highlights here. So that way when we come in with the other paint marker, we don't, make too many mistakes and go out of the lines here. Coloring the mouth in here. Unfold it, make sure it's still unfoldable, which is good. Right now, I'm going to go back, I'm going to erase any type of extra pencil marks that I might have done. Alright. I think that looks good. Unfold it. Now, this is what we're going to do the inside now of the mouth. And I decided to do another scary mouth. I know the red panda isn't too scary, but sometimes she does get these red eyes every once in a while if you watch the movie. We're going to do a little bit of the ears here, a little bit of the fur. And we're going to do a little bit more extra fur down below here. Then we're going to be doing the tongue. Sorry you can't see that. And then you'll be able to see a little bit. Then we're going to be doing the inside of the mouth. Do a couple of the lines for inside the mouth. Then we're going to be doing some teeth. I didn't want the teeth to be too sharp, but they're sharp enough for what red pandas have. The red pandas are not normally scary, but this one's going to be a little bit more scarier because it's a folding surprise scary one. I'm going to add some drool here, some spit and some drool on the mouth to make it a little bit more scarier. Here we go, and I'll highlight that later. Now I'm going to be adding some more color to it. I'm going to be doing the same marker that I used before, and I'll be doing that on the sides to make the mouth a little bit bigger. And we're going to do it on the other side as well. Down below, make sure we keep the white furry cheeks in. We're going to go back with the black marker to highlight. We're going to go and we're going to do the edge of the mouth all the way around the black magic marker. You don't have to use a black magic marker, you just use a regular black marker or a darker marker. I'm just using a black magic marker because it's the one thing I had closest to me. Now we're going to be doing the inside of the mouth here. We're going to be doing it with kind of like a dark, same black marker, just so we can do more of a, make sure the shadow's there. And we're going to make sure the drool, I don't cover over the drool, because we're going to be going back and highlighting that as well. We're going to take a darker brown marker, and we're going to be going, and we're going to be coloring each side of the mouth. There we go, to make it look like it's further outside, coming back in. Then we're going to take another brown marker, and we're going to be doing the last layer of the mouth. You know how you open up your mouth, it gets darker as you go further back. Here is, I'm going to be coloring the red tongue here. I decided to use a thinner marker, only because there's some, I didn't want to go over top of the teeth. You can just use a regular red marker if you want. I just used a red pen marker. And I might be going up here. I decided to use kind of like a lighter brown for the tonsil. I'm going to be actually using pink later, but I just decided at that moment to use a brown. And here are the markers I'll be using. These are my paint markers that I use. And I also use Posca markers as well. Those are my favorite markers to use as paint markers. Posca markers are like the best to get if you're going to be doing any type of painting markers. Okay, now we're going to be adding more detail to the picture, to the surprising fold out. And we're doing the ears now. Make sure I'm going to color the ears with kind of like an orangish brown marker. And I'm going to do it on the other side too. I'm going to go back again and erase any type of extra pencil marks that I made. Alright, now I'm going to be coloring the outside of the picture blue. And the reason I'm doing this is because I found out as I was coloring the ears, that the ears are kind of like they're white and furry. And I want to have contrast, so I wanted to go back and use a different, darker color. And blue, I think, is the best color because blue goes really well with orange and brown. So I figured that would probably be the best one to use. Now I'm going to go in with a red marker, now I'm going to go in with a white marker. I'm going to be making fur. The best way to make fur when you're doing painting is by using your finger. You go in and you smudge it just a little bit. And I'm going to be using the brown marker again for the nose. I'm going to outshape the eyes. This is where the detail comes in, and this is where it really becomes the Turning Red panda from Turning Red, the Pixar Disney movie. This really makes it kind of look more like the character itself. Make sure I'm going to go in with the white Posca marker to make sure the white stays in there. There we go. Now the eyes, you can clearly see it looks more like the character from Turning Red. And I'm going to go back in and use the white paint marker again to make it look more furrier. And I'm going to use the orange marker now. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go around the edges. And I'm going to be making it look more like fur by smearing it with my finger. That's the best way to make it look more like fur, is by smearing it with your finger on the edges. And here I'm going to be doing it with the white marker. As you can see, it looks a little bit more like fur. And I'm going to do it on the other side as well. And I'll make sure it looks good with the bottom part of the folding piece as well. And if you make mistakes, it's cool. It actually gives a little bit more character if you do make mistakes. Because you can always go back and fix it with these painting markers too. You can always go back over top of any type of mistakes you make. So I'm going to open it back up, and this is where I'm going to add more detail to make it look a little bit more scarier. A little bit better surprise for the folding surprise. Add a little bit more fur down here. A little bit more puffier fur to the jaw, to the cheeks. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks much better. It looks more furrier. I'm going to go back in with the white marker, outline the teeth a little bit more. There we go. This is now, I'm going to add the drool. This is where important. The drool makes it really, really come in, makes it look scarier. And all I'm doing is taking the white marker, it's kind of doing these thin lines, connecting some teeth up here, make it look like it's dangling and they're attached. There we go. Go back in, the white marker again down below. Make sure the teeth are white, nice and bright white. And then I'm going to take the black marker over top to highlight the teeth, so they look a little bit more detailed and scarier. And now I'm going to be coming back in, and I'm going to be using the red marker for the tongue to make it a little bit more wet looking. Because you know how tongues are wet. So I want it to look more like a wet tongue. That's why I use my paint markers. There we go. And I'm going to go back in and do a little bit more fur with the orange fur here. The edge, make it a little bit more. It looks like there's more hair on the panda than just a straight line of orange. This adds a little bit more detail and contrast to the picture. dip below here, dip to the chin. There we go. There we go. A little bit more fur, a little bit more contrast down there. Careful not to get too close to the mouth, but if you go over the mouth a little bit, that's okay, because, it looks more like fur that way. Alright, now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to redo the tonsils, because I didn't really like the orange too much. I like the pink better. And then I'm going to go back in and make it look a little bit wet by using the pink paint marker. And then I'm going to highlight that with the black to make it a little bit more highlighted. There we go. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay, and that's how you make a turning red panda folding surprise. To make it, so you can make it either look scary, or you don't have to do a scary face inside. You can actually do something else if you like. Alright, and that's how you do a turning red panda from the new Disney Pixar film, Turning Red. Thank you for subscribing to Fun TV, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss out on any more awesome videos.